Lego Fortnite is here, and if you ever thought that you wanted to play something like Minecraft in the world of Fortnite, but with everything made out of Legos, well, then you're in luck, because that's exactly what this game is. Experienced survival game vets may be able to pick up on things quickly, but for those who are just getting their feet wet with the genre, or for those looking for a quick guide to get started in Lego Fortnite, here are 12 beginner's tips to get you started on the right foot. So, when you drop into your world, you've got 3 basic needs to take care of: health, hunger, and temperature. Your health, probably pretty obvious, is represented by these hearts in the top left, and if they deplete, you'll die and respawn at your last spawn point. Your temperature and hunger are represented by the bar below your character's portrait and the segmented bar around your portrait respectively. When you first begin, you can see if you can scrounge up some berries, pumpkins, or whatever edible plants are nearby to eat whenever you get the notification that you're hungry. You'll eventually be able to cook and blend these for greater effect, but don't worry too much about that just yet. Next, you're going to need to create some warmth and cover up from the rain. Start off by scrounging around the area doing the usual survival game activity of punching trees to collect wood. There are also plenty of twigs and sticks lying on the ground that you can pick up without even needing a tool. Keep on collecting as much wood and granite as you can until the sun starts to set. As a general rule for Lego Fortnite, always collect more than you need, especially when it comes to wood and granite, as you'll be using a ton of these materials. Head over to where you want to create a settlement, bring up the build menu, and drop a campfire down for 3 wood. This will keep you warm and prevent you from taking cold damage on top of giving you a source of light. Next, navigate over to the Builds tab in the build menu and create a simple shack. These are blueprints, so you'll still need to create all the individual parts, which will cost about 13 wood altogether. Side note, if you're the kind of person that cares more about function than aesthetics, you can alternatively just create a wall and a roof. In the shack, or your makeshift wall and roof, build a bed for 10 wood, rest in it to set your spawn, and then create a crafting bench. The crafting station, just like every other utility structure, does not work if it's raining, which is why we want it covered up. Make sure to craft an axe and a pickaxe, and then go resource collecting for a little while so you can build up a healthy collection of wood and granite. When nighttime comes, the weather will get much colder, visibility will be limited to just what's right in front of you, and certain nighttime enemies will start to patrol around the world. It's dangerous, so we're going to want to make some gear to protect ourselves. First, make a lumber mill. Like the crafting station, it won't work in the rain, so if you can spare the materials, make another shack to put it under. This is going to be where you can turn your wood into either planks or handles. Create 5 handles, then take them to the crafting table to craft a wooden sword. You'll also want to craft some torches from the crafting bench, for which you will need 3 wood and 5 vines. Vines can be found easily by breaking bushes or collecting pumpkins, which should both be pretty easy to find. Put the torch in your offhand by slotting it right here in the inventory menu. Now you're ready to venture out into the nighttime. Be prepared to fight skeletons, wolves, and other manner of beasts as you get further from the safety of your shelter. Once the durability of your tools start to wane, use that as a sign that you should probably head back. Unless you're down with using an exploit to keep your equipment in tip-top shape, which, hey, we've got a video for that. The next thing you're going to want to build is a village square. This is what you'll upgrade as you improve your village. Right when you make it, it will call friendly explorers to your village, whom you can then talk to and invite to stay the night. Talk to them again, and you'll be able to get them to move in permanently as long as you have a bed for them to sleep in and your village fulfills any other requirements that they may have. Once a villager is in your village, you can get them to join you as a companion, and as your village grows, you can even assign them to resource gathering jobs as well. Make sure to keep an eye on the meter in the top right corner, which will let you know when you're able to upgrade your village square to the next level. Once the upgrade is available, return to the village square, examine it, and then navigate over to the Upgrade Village tab. Upgrading your village will reward you with new building recipes and new perks that you can see on the Battle Pass-like track in the Village Hub tab. Another thing you'll want to upgrade as quick as you can is your crafting bench. You'll need 8 planks, which can be created easily enough at the lumber mill, and 3 shells, which are left behind by defeating rollers. These are rock-like enemies that have a nasty tendency to roll at you from a distance and completely wipe you out. You can find them out in the wild, but you're very likely to run into them in caves. So if you spot a cave, make sure you're stocked up on swords, torches, and pickaxes before you go hunting for rollers. Also note that if you have a shield, you can block their roll and knock them upside down, which will allow you to deal extra damage to them. At this point, you're probably starting to run low on inventory storage, so go ahead and build a chest from the Furniture tab in the Build menu. You'll be able to stash anything you don't need immediate access to, like materials you can't use in crafting recipes yet, ammunition for ranged weapons, extra food, and surplus wood or granite. The storage you get for just one chest honestly isn't great, so don't be shy about creating multiple chests to hold all of your excess materials and items. Eventually you'll be able to create larger storage chests, but just making a whole bunch of normal chests accomplishes the same goal at the cost of just taking up more physical space. Now you can go ahead and make a grill so you can cook all of those slabs of meat and ears of corn that you've been collecting. Cooking your food is great because it will not only restore your hunger and hearts, but will also provide you with a variety of buffs, like stamina buffs, extra hearts beyond your maximum, and much more. In order to get more people to join your village, you're going to need more beds. As you upgrade your village square, you'll gain access to new building blueprints like a double shack, a roomy shack, and even a log shed. Create some extra shelter, throw in some beds, and you'll make your village more appealing for random explorers to live in. And now it's finally time to craft a shovel. Shovels will allow you to dig up soil, which is a resource that you'll need to use along with fertilizer to create a garden plot. Fertilizer can typically be found wherever you see animals, like chickens or cows, grazing. Adding gardens will fill your village upgrade meter on top of giving you a spot to plant seeds and create food. Next, you'll want to make a spinning wheel to be able to craft the items that are going to take you to the next stages of crafting and building. You'll finally be able to make use of all the vines, silk, and wool that you've been collecting from spiders, sheep, and bushes. Silk threads will be especially important as they'll allow you to craft tier 2 life charms. Speaking of, life charms are how you're going to permanently increase the amount of hearts that you have. As such, they're very important for being able to survive the tougher challenges in Lego Fortnite. For the first one, you'll need to get your hands dirty by collecting bones, wolf claws, and silk threads. You can equip multiple life charms at a time, so don't be shy about making a whole bunch of tier 1 or tier 2 charms, but note that the symbol has to match the equipment slot. Remember that you're playing Lego Fortnite here, and that means that it's totally okay to just build stairs in the middle of nowhere to get to higher ground. This is especially important in caves, where there are plenty of treasure chests that sit on high ledges with no other ways to get to them. But it's also useful outside of caves as well for reaching high cliffs that also may hide secrets and treasures. With all of those tips under your belt, you should have a basic understanding of how the rest of Lego Fortnite will play out. Every time you upgrade your crafting table and get a new tier of tools, you'll be able to harvest a new pair of materials. At tier 2, it's not wood and marble, so make sure you do plenty of cave exploration in order to harvest those materials, as they're basically going to be your new granite and wood. Use the stone breaker to refine those into knotwood rods and marble slabs. From there, you'll need to explore past the grasslands and into the desert and icy mountain regions to get the unique resources that each of those areas hold. If you're having trouble finding a desert, try asking the NPCs that live in your village. Keep on talking to them, and eventually one should tell you the cardinal direction you need to walk towards in order to reach the desert. As for the icy mountain region, just, look for icy mountains and walk towards them. Enemies hit a lot harder and take a lot more damage in these biomes, on top of also housing new powerful enemies like brutes. So make sure you're making more life charms to increase your health and defense. And this is the loop of Lego Fortnite. Upgrade to a new tier of tools, use those tools to gather the next tier of resources, use those resources to build up your village and upgrade your gear, which in turn makes you strong enough to venture into a new area and start the loop all over again. To summarize, always look to upgrade your village square when you can to access new buildings, place those new buildings in your village, and fill them with beds to invite explorers to permanently take up residence. Upgrade your crafting table to be able to make stronger tools that allow you to harvest better resources, which will allow you to make new utility structures that will further your progression. And those are our beginner tips to get you through your first few nights in Lego Fortnite. Obviously, the well goes much deeper than this, so keep checking the IGN Lego Fortnite guide for more tips that are meant for those deeper in the game. Thanks for watching, and for more Lego Fortnite, keep it here on IGN.